Dear students, we shall begin our language studies with directed writing. As I told you yesterday, this is something new to you. So first we shall learn the topics which are unknown to you, which you did not study so far, so that the easy subjects you can easily make it up. So directed writing. Some people pronounce it as the word direct. Some people say direct. Direct, direct, directed, directed. Never mind. This American English is there, then British English is there. Some people are used to certain way of saying it. Doesn't matter. So if you say direct, no problem. Direct is correct. Direct is the correct pronunciation, British pronunciation. Directed is also British pronunciation. American English may be direct. Doesn't matter. So directed writing or directed writing. First of all, we should know what it is. Before studying, we must first ask ourselves what it is. What is the meaning of directed writing? Directed writing is a piece of writing that follows a set of directions or instructions. A piece of writing that follows certain directions or instructions. Suppose you want to go to a new place, altogether new. You are going for the first time. You want to visit a friend of yours. You know the name of the person and his address, but you do not know exactly where his house is. Then what will you do? You ask somebody. You ask somebody, I want to meet so and so. How do I go to his house? So they will direct you. Go from here, take this lane, go a certain distance, then turn to left or right, then you'll find the house. So that is called direction. So this is a writing wherein you are given certain directions or you are given instructions. When you join the school, in your diary, there are many instructions how students should behave in the school. There are instructions regarding uniform. There are instructions regarding their behavior in the classroom. There are instructions regarding their coming to the school, timings, going, a lot of instructions. These are called instructions or directions. So this is a piece of writing wherein you are given certain directions or instructions. So that is very important. It is something consoling or something happy because guidelines are given to you, therefore you can easily write it. On the other hand, you cannot go off hand. That is, you cannot leave the instructions and write on your own. You should always stick to the instructions. So read the instructions carefully and follow accordingly. So that is the thing. We can say a composition of some length. A directed writing is a composition of some length. Not very long, but some length. So that also could be said. Now what is the purpose of it? Once you know the aim or purpose of something, then you can prepare yourself well. What is the purpose of this directed writing? To test the ability and proficiency of the students to respond appropriately to a certain task. The ability and proficiency. What is ability? Capability, ability. There is one who is able to. Ability. capability, one's strength. So the ability and proficiency. What is proficiency? Proficiency is a skill or expertise. The skill. How skillful are you in responding to the given situation? How efficient are you? How able are you? How skillful are you in responding appropriately? You should respond appropriately in a proper manner to the given instruction, to the given task. The task is given to you. Write a report, for example. Write a report, they are given you the instructions. So given that, how you are able to respond to the given instructions in a proper manner. And how you are able to express it. Proficiency of your language. Skillfulness in expressing yourself in English. So that is what they are going to test. So this question carries 15 marks. Till last year it was 20 marks. Now it is 15 marks because of the project work. And it is one of the most difficult items. Difficult questions. You need to work hard. If you do well, you can score quite well up to, let's say, 13 marks you can get it. Otherwise, you will be a big loser if you are not careful. Okay, now let's say what all items are there? What all things you are supposed to study? Or under this heading, directed writing, what all things could be asked? So the things could be asked are article writing, book review, film review, review of cultural programs, speech writing, report writing, personal profile, statement of purpose. There are 8 items. Any of these things could be asked. Article writing. Article you are somebody used to write an article. You have read many articles. You must have written also certain articles. Book review. Reviewing a book. Reviewing a film. Reviewing cultural programs. So there are 3 reviews. They are all reviews. Review means view it again. Evaluate. You are evaluating a book, a film, or a cultural program. You have read the book. Now you are reviewing it. Evaluating it and saying what are its qualities. You have watched a movie, a film. Now you are reviewing it. You have attended a cultural program. You have witnessed it. Now you are reviewing it. So 3 reviews are there. Book review, film review, and review of cultural program. Then you have speech writing. You write a speech according to the given situation. Small speech. Report writing. This is reporting an event. Reporting an event. It could be something to do with reporting in a newspaper, for example. Some conflict has taken place in Padrona. There's some clash, and you have to write a report. Or now coronavirus. To what extent Padrona is affected by corona? You have to write a report. Or the respected Chief Minister of UP has visited Padrona for a public meeting. So you have to write a report on this. So that is a report writing. Then personal profile. Personal profile. That is very easy. Then you have a statement of purpose. That is also easy. So these things are not often asked. Among all these, most of the time asked are articles, reviews, and report writing. Articles, review, and report writing. So these are the things included. 8 items included in directed writing. So once you know, now you know what is directed writing. Directed writing is a piece of writing, or it's a small essay wherein instructions or directions are given and you write accordingly. What is the purpose of it? To check the ability and efficiency of the student, proficiency of the student. What are the things included? These are the 8 items. So dear students, we have seen what is a directed writing, what are the purpose of writing it, and what are the things included, different topics included in directed writing. Now we shall look at how to write a directed writing. How to write. So I told you there are 8 topics under this. In writing any of these or writing all of these, the same instructions stand true. To write any of these items, the instructions are the same. So how to write, or what are the things you should keep in mind while writing a directed writing? First is organize your thoughts. You must be able to organize your thoughts. That is, what to write and how to elaborate points. What you are going to write and how you are going to elaborate, how you are going to develop your points. You should have some idea before starting of writing. Stick to the given points. Use all the points. Very, very important point. Very important. Stick to the points given. Stick to the points given and do not omit any of the points. Just take an example. Page number 10 in your book, page number 10, directed writing article they have given. Outline, there is instruction given. India, a single unit. Extremes in every sphere. Physical features, climatic conditions, the haves and have-nots. So, all the points, every point should be dealt with. You should not leave out any of the items. Everything is important. Even if you reduce one item, you will lose mark. Divide them into paragraphs. Your writing should be divided into paragraphs. Don't write in single paragraph. Last year I had to struggle hard to make some students realize. Every time they write, in spite of saying they will write in single paragraph. No. Divide them into paragraphs. How many paragraphs? Minimum 2. Maximum 4. So 3 would be ideal. 3 or 4 would be ideal. Divide them into paragraphs. So these are the 3 general instructions. These 3 are general instructions. Now once you get the passage or you get the question, how to proceed? Read the question and underline the key words. That is the first thing you have to do. Read the question and underline the key words. Let's take the same example. India, a single unit. Extremes in every sphere. Physical features, climatic conditions, the haves and have-nots. What are the key words? Here the key words are India, a single unit. Extremes in every sphere. These are the 2 key words. Extremes in every sphere. What are the spheres? Physical features, climatic conditions, the haves and have-nots. So they are all extremes, different extremes. So they are coming under the heading of extremes in every sphere. Therefore, the 2 keywords, one is India, a single unit. extremes in every sphere. So of the two keywords, which is more important? India a single unit or extremes in every sphere? Extremes in every sphere is the most important word because all the other items follow under that heading. Physical features, climatic conditions, haves and have-nots, all these come under extremes in every sphere. Therefore, in the question, most important word is extremes in every sphere. Second most important is India a single unit. So you must be able to read and identify and underline the key words. Second one, pay attention to singular or plural, past or present of keywords. Here it doesn't matter. Certain questions, singular and plural makes lot of difference. Later when it comes, I'll explain to you. Singular and plural. If you're asked write about a singular, one thing, then your answer should be depending on that. And you'll have to change the verb accordingly. If it's a plural, then you have to use plural. Past and present. Suppose you're asked to write about the past glory of India, then don't write out present glory. So is it speaking about past or present? Or suppose they ask, write about an event that you witnessed, that is past tense. Write an event that you will be attending, that is future. So you have to pay attention to the tenses. Rewrite all the content points one by one. Rewrite all the content words. Content words are these important words, keywords. One by one you have to write them down. For example, the same example we'll take. You have to keep in mind India a single unit. That you should bring it out and should be underlined. Extremes in every sphere. That should be mentioned. Physical features, climatic conditions and have-nots under the heading extremes in every sphere. All these should be included. So rewrite all the content points one by one. Every content word should be elaborated. Every content word should be elaborated. What is the meaning of extremes in every sphere? You must elaborate it. Then you take each one physical features. What is the extremity in physical features? What do you mean by extremes in climatic conditions? What do you mean by extremes in the haves and have-nots? That is the difference between the poor and the rich, haves and have-nots. So what is extremity? You must make a mention. Do not change. Every content word should be elaborated in 2 to 3 sentences. You take up each one and in 2 or 3 sentences you elaborate it. That's enough. Do not change the content words affecting original meaning. Do not change the content word. Extreme in every sphere. Don't add anything of your words there and change the meaning. Keep to the word, don't change it. Physical features. Instead of that, you don't write geography. No. Physical features is physical features. Climatic conditions. You don't say weather conditions. No. It's a climatic condition. So don't change it. Keep it as it is. Use WH questions like when, who, why, where. These questions will help you to write better. And the last point is beware of grammar, spelling and punctuation marks. Very, very important. Beware of grammar, spelling and punctuation marks. You have deductions. Marks will be reduced if you go wrong. You must pay attention to grammar. Use of tenses. Very important. So all the grammatical points should be taken care of. Then spelling. Don't make spelling mistakes. Marks will be cut. And punctuation marks are extremely important. Punctuation marks change the meaning of the sentence. Therefore, should be careful. So these are some of the general instructions. This is applicable to any of the things mentioned. 8 items or 8 headings that we have seen under direct writing. Writing any of these, all these instructions are valid. That's enough for today. Tomorrow we will start with the article. Thank you.